Hi everybody and welcome to the next park playthrough. So today we've got Three Monkeys Park, which is the second in the Corkscrew Follies expansion pack list that we're working through at the moment. So this has been one of my favourite scenarios over the years just because of those three steel looping coasters that kind of race. Yeah, I think they're some of the best pre-built rides in the original game. So yeah, this park's always been up there on one of my favorites. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this playthrough. Now, just in the last few days, I've had quite a few new subscribers, so I'd just like to say welcome to the channel. So mostly what I do is park playthroughs. I do a few kind of custom build roller coasters, like as in videos dedicated to that, and I've also done a couple kind of random builds, mostly using OpenRCT2, including the South Park Elementary build a month or so ago, as well as a Dirk Link maze contest. But yeah, mostly park playthroughs on this channel. I typically, what I used to do was just do the whole park and upload the whole playthrough as one video. But what I'm going to start doing is putting these in parts, just because I thought it would be a bit more fun and get a bit more interaction going. And if you've got any ideas and suggestions of what you'd like to see in the park, like feel free to write them in the comments below, or shoot me a message or whatever, and I can have a go at implementing some of the ideas that you come up with. So yeah, as well as getting a bit more interactive, I can also slow the time lapse down a little bit to make it kind of less nauseating, I suppose. Anyway, welcome to the channel, and hope you enjoy this playthrough here. So the first thing I did was plonk down a few gentle rides, and I also had a couple grand ideas for these racing coasters. So I do really like them overall. The thing I didn't like about them so much was how they ended. I thought the ending bit wasn't done as well. I thought they kind of look a bit messy, especially with the bit towards the entrance of the park and the way they kind of circle back to the station. I just think like they kind of travel apart for a bit of time, and they take up a lot of space, which was my main issue with them. So what I did was basically I removed basically the entire last third of the track and replaced it with an underground section. So yeah, I think it worked out pretty well, to be honest. I was really happy with how it turned out. I just think the overall layout works a bit better. It also opened up a bunch of space for the flat rides like the circus show and the spiral slide there. I also wanted to have a bit of a main street going on, yeah, I think it looked pretty good. This first area is I kind of went for a bit of a kiddie sort of area, so yeah, a few gentle rides. I'm just building a small roller coaster here. Had a lot of fun actually building this small coaster. It's a steel mini coaster, which is the same as the Junior in RollerCoaster Tycoon 2. It's one of my favorites to build. It's generally one of the first coasters that I build in my parks, just because it's quite cheap and it's pretty high throughput. Yeah, and I particularly like the curved lift hill. I mean, you can do some pretty cool little layouts just because of that curved lift hill on its own. So yeah, it's a pretty small coaster, and the intensity excitement rating is only around the 2.9 to 3 mark, which I was hoping for a little bit higher. I kind of wanted the intensity and excitement to be around 4 or 5 maybe, but I was happy with 3. It's 3's not a bad rating actually, because most guests in the park will ride that. Even guests with intensity preferences more than 4, if they're happy enough, they'll put up with an intensity of 3, so that's fine. I kind of like the theming of it actually. I just went for kind of a I don't know, tropical sort of theme. I gave it the name Pocket Monkey because I did a bit of Googling and found that a small monkey can sometimes be called a pocket monkey. So there you go. And I thought it kind of, I went for a color scheme that kind of somewhat matched the 3 racing coasters. So yeah, I thought it was kind of appropriate to do all of that. So yeah. So yeah, I spent a bit of time theming it. Probably went a little bit overboard, but you know, if for those of you that have seen any of my previous playthroughs, you know that I'm more than happy to spend a bit of time going back and decorating things and making things look pretty. So yeah, I think it turned out alright. So yeah, I spent a fair bit of time also going over the Main Street area. I kind of made a few fake buildings. You know, they don't look as good as the buildings in using the tools in RollerCoaster Tycoon 2, but I still think they look alright, just using the brick surface texture and the kind of brick roof texture as well. I think it looked fine. So yeah, I basically, to improve the look of them, I put paths in and out of them just so that way it would open up a door to some of these areas. And I didn't put anything, like the paths didn't go anywhere, but I just thought, you know, if I put one unit of path in there and put some tables, or sorry, some chairs, benches, then that would make it look, you know, somewhat realistic. But yeah, you guys might have some other thoughts on that, but I think it looked alright. Yeah, just going back now, I didn't realize how long I spent on this Main Street area, but you know, I think it looked kind of pretty. So yeah, just go back and fix up some of that path over the water. It looked, I don't know, I might go back and fix that later. I'm not too keen on how that looks, just kind of zigzagging everywhere, but yeah, we'll see. I went back and put some kind of rocks around the water. That's something that I've been doing a lot of lately. I'm quite a big fan of how it looks, actually. Adding some ground shrubs as well really helps with that area, or sorry, with that sort of texture, I guess. So the last thing which I'm doing here for the episode is a bit of a pier, actually. I don't know where I got the inspiration from, but I just thought there's a fair bit of water. I could make somewhat of a, you know, nice little beachy sort of boardwalk waterfront. And yeah, I think it looked alright in the end. I lined up a few of those souvenir stalls to make it look like a, you know, sort of carny games sort of atmosphere. Put a Ferris wheel and a scrambled eggs or twister on there as well. Again, I might make a few adjustments. I'm not 100% convinced on some of it, but yeah, overall pretty happy. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what I have time for. Yeah, like I said, this objective is 1400 guests by the end of October Year 3, so I'm going to have to put my foot down and get some rides going soon. Anyway, that's going to be just about it for the episode. We're going to finish off with a ride on those modified 3 racing coasters, so I will see you next time. Cheers, bye.